Hi, good morning, everyone. We are here with Dr. Amir Mahmood, head of school for Global Law School. Here we are. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Thank you, Bharat Prakash Gupta.
Thank
And I'm very thankful to you, sir, that you have given me an opportunity for this interview in the field of academic. Uh,
you.
now, you are most welcome, sir.
It's my pleasure to have an interview with you, sir. Um, so let's starting with. I would like to know a bit more about your profile.
Bharat, that I have completed my PhD in public administration from Aligarh Muslim University, and from graduation from the same university, then I have teaching experience of 7 years in different uh, in academic field, and I have also contributed in the field of competitive examinations like civil services and other competitive exam, state level and provincial level. Now for the last 4 years, I'm serving in this prestigious university. Meanwhile, it is a private university, but it is located in the rural area, and where I got an opportunity to interact with the local people, local tribals even, and I get an opportunity to serve as an educator here. So this is my brief introduction about my career. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Um, that's a great profile you have. You have a varied experience. Um, so I would like to ask you, being the HS of the local law school, what is your philosophy of leadership? As in, how do you describe your leadership style? Because you are already heading
Uh,
all.
Bharat, the leadership is one of the most important character of a human being. That how to regulate when you have an opportunity and when you have a responsibility to serve the society, uh, then you have to be very careful. So in my view, the philosophy of leadership is inclusiveness and a collective effort, and without a single man cannot do number of things. So it is a collective effort, team building, and trusteeship. Even we have also to create a conducive working environment. And in today's time, we must focus on gender equality as well, and efficacy in work. And also because being a leader, you have to coordinate all the activities either in your at home or department or any institution. So there must be a good relationship between the subordinates, among the subordinates. So I would like also as a leader, that is appreciation for our subordinates, and in such a way through which the ultimate objective of leadership and goal is to provide the best to the society. That's why a leader should be a very um, optimistic and very positive with their subordinates, with their working fellows. This is the basic philosophy of leadership, I think.
That's a that's the great idea to be inclusive of all. Basically, being inclusive, and that's a great thing for the leader. He should be more involved with the team. So, may I know how does the curriculum of your law school ensures best practices in the industry?
Yeah, we are living in a world of globalization where interdisciplinary approach is very important and play very significant role, because in this 21st century, uh, where everything is interconnected, So the social responsibility is one of the aspect, uh, and the education system is one of the uh, instrument or tool to disseminate these type of things with the help of interdisciplinary approach. So in my university we are running BA LLB, BBA LLB, LLB, and other courses in a view to disseminate with the help of interdisciplinary approach, so that a student can understand what really society is. Suppose we are teaching law. Law gives a rule and regulation to regulate the society, but without knowing the problem of the society, you cannot implement the rule and regulation. So, like political science, which talks about the state affairs, sociology, which talks about the social structure, culture, and philosophy, psychology, economics. So, therefore, we are focusing in development of our curriculum in interdisciplinary approach, and the interdisciplinary approach is very wide, gives a wide range of idea to the students. This is my approach, and same in the context of education, in the context of being a part of law. I also provide the students to make them more dynamic and to know about the social structure. We are also providing internship program to the students. So this is our curriculum and other part of the knowledge which enhance our students in developing in contribution to the society.
It's a great thing to know, sir, because this is something that all of the students look at when enrolling to the university, that will they be future ready or not. Any insights into how your university could be more welcoming to the students of different races and economic backgrounds?
Well, as you know that our university actually situated in rural remote area, where the lower income family lives or resides. And this university actually also situated in the Shivalik range, where agrarian economy is based for income. And therefore, in that context, we provide a scholarship program promoting girl education, especially in the rural areas. And even we also provide the free education to destitute section of the locality, and even we are minimal charges to educate them. And we take some initiative like local connectivity program, legal aid program on regular basis. Even we also take part and we also take some initiative for Jagrukta Abhiyan for rural peoples. We are not just giving information. We are trying to give them practical knowledge that how the ultimate objective is to we have to serve the society, either in the platform of the education or in any other platform. So we are trying to provide the best to the students. So we are different kind of students, because most of them are from rural background, and our objective of the university to bring the rural people into the mainstream of the education system. So usually students are trained through theory and practical at social level or in society, in different with the help of different programs. And one important thing which I would like to share with you, that is that we live where our university situated in the Shivalik range, where one Gujars are local tribals or local habitant here. So we usually connect them through educational program, and we also send our student to visit their local place and for internship program to reside to stay with them and to discuss different habits of the locality of one Gujars especially, because these one Gujars spread in North India from this lower Shivalik hill to Kashmir. So they are very significant for our economic aspect, in term of our ecological aspect, because these tribals know very much about the local habitat, the local climate, the mountain. So our students are in person, interact with them, and they prepare their internship program and they prepare their project on that background. So we are trying to incorporate the best to the students. Our objective is this. Okay.
That's a great thing, sir. Incorporating every member of the society and basic and inseminating in education, because education is something which will always lead to the betterment of any individual or the society as a whole. So, what are your roles and responsibilities towards the university, the school, and the students?
Um, Sir, being a part of university or education system, that is one of the important aspect which we are not just giving education to a student, which is part of the theoretical aspect. We are providing a practical approach so that the student, even we are not perfect, so we also taking some responsibility that once you are get an opportunity to serve the society, we are trying to provide the best to the students so that they can give the much better social, they can provide the contribution, better contribution to the society in such a way that the destitute or deprived section of the society can bring into the mainstream of the social structure. This is our objective, and with this objective we also provide the education to all, irrespective of their caste, creed, culture, race, everything.
That's a very brief introduction of your responsibilities there. Uh, so, since you are the HOD for HOS for the law school, what are your priorities set for next upcoming 10 years for the school?
Thank you. We know, sir, that this university actually was established in 2013, a very recent. And our management, as well as being a part of law, as I told earlier, that law provides the rule regulation to the society to manage, to administer the society in such a way that everyone can be equally treated. This is the objective of law. So, in the coming next year, 10 years, that we have to, and our focus is to inclusive development and growth of the locality, imparting through the education, because we live and our objective is to educate the all. No one can live in the society without education. No, education is a tool through which we can, the only tool through which we can uh, uh, talk, we can give the equality to all. They have a right voice, uh, they can access their rights. The only way education. So our objective is to disseminate and propagate the education to all, so that the society can be bring into the new world of 21st century. Our object doing our legal aid program. So I have a practical experience of, with the help of this legal aid program, that many of the people who don't know about the legal aspect, because they are illiterate, they have no knowledge of law and no knowledge of even their day-to-day lives happening. They don't have any knowledge. We are trying to our best to provide at least such information through which they can um, uh, ask for their rights at least. So our objective is to inclusive development of the locality and bring them into the mainstream of the education, which ultimately serve the society. This is our objective in the upcoming 10 years.
That's a very noble thing to think of, sir. That because by imparting education, the society, as you rightly mentioned, that education is the only thing which can bring equality into the society. And I hope one day we see a society with actually being equal to for every individual.
Yeah.
So when you first came to the university, when you were appointed as the HOS of the law school, what was your vision for the school? Has it evolved over time? What were your pointers, and how far along are you in implementing those?
Brett sir, that when I have joined this year campus, I was surprised because it is far from the main part of the district Saharanpur or district Dehradun. So around 45 kilometers from both sides, and it is situated in the foothill of the Shivali. And when I entered here, I such a great university, which is where the infrastructure is well maintained and well equipped with all form, in engineering department, in law department also well established, and our seniors, when I met with them, I was very enthusiastic to serve this locality because of, as I repeated, that this is a rural area, and with the help of, especially when I took the responsibility of headship, I have a lots of responsibility and as well as accountability to discharge our duty with honesty. So that how to uh, bring this department, especially the law, as much how I can contribute to the university as good, and in particular department of law. As I said that law, which is a part of rule and regulation, that most of the people are have they are having no knowledge of law. So we are the students who are trained as well as having practical knowledge, and so that bring them into the, even we are into the mainstream of the society, and we are also interacting with the students so that they can individually interacting with the student. We also ask the student what your background, on which we also trying to give the realization that you are not only one, you are more than 10. A single girl or boy is having a character of 10 things. So you have to be accountable, you have to be responsible for your society. So we are trying to input the right thing so that they can uh, uh, inform the society in a right way. So as a part of the law school, I have a vision that no one can left without education of law. So we are trying to our best, and we have a vision to implement as well as disseminate this type of information so that everyone can enjoy the minimum uh, uh, standard of life. This is our vision.
That's a great vision for the future for the students to know also. Uh, may I know there must be something the people don't know about the local law school, which uh, is so. Would you like to inform? What would you like to inform them about something which they don't know?
Yeah, well, as you know that our university is providing and the best in term of knowledge. Well, but our university also takes some initiative uh, for the local people, that the Saharanpur is very famous for woodcraft, okay, and other activities which is not known to in term of commercial activities, in term of that is we can say the daily activities of the people, but they have skill, but their skill are hidden even in the house. uh, so we are trying to connect the people, uh, those people, those even the teachers who are from locals. They have lots of ideas. Uh, they have lots of ideas about the locality. So we are trying to bring them in the campus, and we share knowledge, and we are providing opportunity to express their thoughts, which we can say that local adda, through which we are talking about, they express their thought, and we are providing all facilities, and we are also trying to connect with the district administration so that they can give their right thing to the society. This is we are trying to uh, focus on that.
That's a great thing to involve everyone, and that's a great thing to people for people to know about that you're looking up, that you're also giving the students an experience of the local society. So, what are the greatest strengths apart? I have that you have great infrastructure. What are the greatest strength of the local law school?
Well, Mr. Bharat, that our university is dynamic in this character. Okay, even dynamic in its nature. So we are trying to establish the cultural harmony. That is very important in our society, because we live in a diverse society, uh, and it is very we can observe that after every 10 kilometer you will find lots of differences in our society. So and institution is the only place where the different cultural activities and culture different people from different culture comes together, and they share their experiences of their cultural activities. So we are trying to establish the cultural harmony, because we have more than uh, 24 countries students, and almost all states of the India who comes here, and they getting their education with practical knowledge, and we also observe the culture. So we are trying to preserve the culture, and harmony is one of the aspect for this. And we are also trying to, with the help of this cultural harmony, we are trying to focus that connect the rural peoples with modern education system. Okay, so that they can provide, they can get an opportunity to serve the society in a right way. This is our objective, and this is the greatest strength of the university.
That's great to know, sir. To that you are willing to modernize the rural mentality of the people so as to develop them. Uh, so I would like to understand that what are the biggest challenges for the higher education in general and for the local law school specifically?
Yeah, well, Mr. Bharat, that the biggest challenge in today's higher education is that which we are facing, that is commercialization of education system. This is the biggest challenge. Today, when I have many of the practical experience which I have faced here, especially in my university, and in particular in my law school, that I would like to share with you the practical experience. Uh, the number of students who come from the very poor background, they have no good income for the survival of their family, despite they have lots of courage to uh, provide their education to their children. So we are trying to um, wipe out this gap of rich and poor, because ultimate objective is to bring all the individual of the society to the education system, so that they can contribute. They have skill, they have knowledge of their skill, but due to the commercialization of education system, they are failed to get this. So our priority is to bring them, and with minimum charges of fee structure, we are providing, as I said, that we are providing the scholarship and other and free education to the girls especially. So our objective, and due to this commercial system, we are facing lots of problem. In spite of all these things, we are trying to our best to provide them a good knowledge and good education. Okay.
That's a very noble thing, and that I agree with you that there are some challenges with the education. Like basically the mostly it being the mostly being the commercialization of the same, and it's a very big challenge, and I salute the local university for doing that, for making education affordable for all. Sir, any suggestions you would like to give the current youth, the aspiring students, the students who basically are aspiring to go to join a law college soon?
Yes, I have few suggestions, like that I used to motivate the students that you are not only one. You have a responsibility of the society. Once you are getting education, now it is your responsibility to disseminate this knowledge to all. So I used to give suggestion and motivation to our students that go and see the society, what they are actually face in the society. So our objective, especially the law school, gives their best to the students, and these students uh, can disseminate their knowledge with the help of their practical concerns. So the first thing is that, so we used to motivate the students and for social cause, for noble cause, and your knowledge is not confined only to society, but you have to serve best to the in the society at all level. And we also motivate the girl students especially, because still the rural in the rural area where this university is situated, the rural people still faces still they have their myth that what is the need of the girl education. So we are trying to focus that maximum number of girl bring into the university, bring into the campus, so that we can, because they have much more responsibility in term of social contribution. So we are also trying to bring the girl in the campus so that they can get good education, good right education, and they can discharge a right duty to the society. These type of things which are trying our best.
That's a great viewpoint to for the even for the youth, that they should be when after even after their education they should be willing to return to the society what they have learned, and basically improve the standard of the living, not just for themselves, for the society as a whole. That's
Yes.
that's a great vision for the society and the students, sir. I would like to thank you for from behalf of from my side and on behalf of all of the students to be part of this interview and to give us your um, vision, to give us your visionary guidelines.
Okay.
Thank you, Amir sir. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Vels Prakash sir. Thank you so much to give this opportunity to me and interact in person with you. And thank you so much.
So it was a pleasure, sir. Thank you.